Welcome to another Race of Life vlog, and just getting into it, we've been talking about perspective, we've been talking about view, we've been talking about faith, believing in ourselves, applying the principles of life to ourselves. We've started getting into ego. We've started talking about, bouncing back, after you fall. We've talked about how you are more than capable of accomplishing everything you want to accomplish and being who you see when you go to bed at night. We've talked about that. So now that we have a firm grasp on who we are, what powers us, what we believe, for everybody it's different. Like I said, I've never told you guys to, follow a certain such and such and such and such. I'm just teaching you how to believe in yourself, have faith, and go after what you want in life. For me personally, I believe in, the power that's around us, the universal source, the power that I can see, the power that makes the trees grow, that makes sure we wake up in the morning, and I believe that we create who we want to be. You want to be a merciful, compassionate, humble person. You've got to tell yourself that. You've got to believe that. You've got to pursue that. I was watching a video the other day, and the guy said, there should be no such thing as perfect. There is no such thing as perfect, because perfect is a limitation. Perfect means I'm satisfied with where I'm at. And you should always want to self-improve daily, whether it be goals in life, whether it be mind, body, spirit. You should want to improve daily, So now that we know all this stuff, we know what the mind is, the two parts of it, the conscious, subconscious. We know about the true self, who we want to be. And, we know about the ego, which a lot of religions call it a lot of things. Christianity calls it Satan. Buddhism and stuff like that calls it the shadow self, bringing it into the light, things of that nature. But we have a grasp, we have a handle on what we're made up of, what we're comprised of, and what our tools are, and who and what we can be, and just how powerful we can be. So now that is becoming a lifestyle, now that that's set in our brain, now that that's set in our subconscious mind, now that we move and act from there, our next thing now is appreciating ourselves, knowing that we're good enough, and not comparing ourselves to others. Appreciating yourself starts with, I trust my belief, I trust my mindset, I trust where I'm at right now, I trust who I'm becoming, I trust my guidance. I'm choosing to have a positive mindset. Those are how you feel powerful about yourself. That's how you appreciate yourself, is by being solid in who you are. If you aren't solid in who you are, anything can knock you down. We've heard that a lot growing up. If you don't stand for anything, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. So appreciate the journey, appreciate what you're doing, appreciate the changes you're trying to make, appreciate the growth, man. Appreciate it, man. It's only a delay, it's only stagnant, it's only a loss if you view it that way. If you're subscribed to the podcast, the Open Notes podcast on Spotify, we've talked about perspective and view in season 1. Your perspective has to be that I'm good enough, that I'm going to hit and touch my goals, because your mind's gonna follow that. Your ego, your true self is gonna follow suit. Secondly, don't compare yourself to others. You know what I mean? Don't compare yourself to others at all. Comparing yourself to others is what leads to the doubt, the worry, the anxiety, the fear, the limitations. Because you may be saying, hey, I'll just use me. I can sit here and say all day, I want to be the best hurdler in the world. I want to be the best track athlete in the world. But if I turn to a great hurdler and I'd be like, oh man, I ain't never gonna be as good as you. I'm putting a limitation on myself. I'm setting that person as my peak. Which now, my power isn't coming from what I believe in. It's coming from how I see myself compared to that one athlete, that one hurdler. And that's what leads to the anger. Because now you're not based in nothing. You're based in your view of that person. You've made that person your world. You've given that person power over your thoughts, your words, So now that you're at this part of the journey, this is one of the most important parts, is maintaining the work that you just put in. Maintaining the mindset, believing in yourself. Staying focused on you, on your goals, So hey, once again for tuning in to the Race of Life vlog, man. That was special, that was powerful right there, man. Make sure you subscribe, man. Make sure to check out the link in my bio. Hey, stay gorgeous.